Hi everyone, it's beautiful morning here, and I'm going to show you. I'm at my favorite place. I'm at this lake where on every weekend I bike. So this is my bike. I just did the 2 rounds of this lake, and it took me around 30 minutes to complete it. Obviously, I'm not going around the entire lake because it's around 7 miles, and it will take me 3 hours to just go around an entire lake. So every now and then I do that full miles, but regularly every weekends I just pick a smaller route and I just try to put some fitness exercises on those weekends because you got to be fit in this new age. Okay, so let's cut to the chase. What am I going to talk about today? Well, today I'm going to talk about my financial section, and especially I want to talk about which companies do you choose for your own investments. Yes. Now, before I tell you how do you pick your companies, I want you guys to do these things for me. Please like the button, and if you guys are new to this channel, subscribe. Also, if you guys are thinking about something in your mind about financial strategies, and if you want me to cover those topics, hit the comment, and I sure do read all the comments and reply to all of my subscribers. So if you suggest me something, I'm gonna put some time into it and I'm going to give you some feedback on it. With that said, let's talk about today's topic is how do you find the good companies. Yes, and generally I suggest all of my friends that play to your strength. And what do I mean by play to your strength? So if you guys are a software developer, then you should be looking into software companies. If you guys are pharmacists, try to look into the pharmacy companies. Yes, and if you guys are doctors, then try to look into biotech and all those companies. And if you guys are young, you are a gamer and you are thinking into investing, then try to look into gaming companies. So this is what it means when you want to invest into the markets. You always choose your core strengths, because how would you be able to choose right companies when you're going to look into this unknown fields which you have never heard about it, you have never read anything into those fields? How would you find the good companies? I bet it that on the first time when you try to pick these random companies which you have never heard about it, you wouldn't be able to pick good ones. Why? Because you don't have enough knowledge about those companies. So today's advice for you guys is pick companies which are core strengths. And let me give you one example for myself. So I'm in finance. Yes, I work for government sector, and it's a finance institutions, and I'm in a consumer division. So consumer division means I'm the person who actually creates the loans, and you guys must have the credit cards, and nowadays every credit card company sends you those loan offers. It's a pre approved APR loans, and you just get it, and you have this coupon code and you can apply it for online on those companies. So I'm the one who is actually writing the softwares for the government sector. So I'm familiar with this consumer technologies, and I know what kind of products are there in the banking sector. And if I want to find a good company, then how would I go and find it into the markets? Because I'm the guy who thinks about my financial freedom, and one of the way you can earn side income is to just find good companies and put your money into this, because finding those companies would be beneficial on the long run, and that would be like an appreciating asset. Finding this company is really good for your portfolio, and you can quadruple your money over the long period of time, like 20 years of time. Yes. So I know how those consumer product works in the banking sector. So when I'm actually doing the research, I actively try to find the companies who are in the fintech sector. Yes, because I know how the product works, I know the funda behind it, and if I just create a demo account with them, and I can judge the product whether those are the 10x better product than other companies. So this is how I play and I find the good companies in fintech space, because I'm trying to play to my core strengths. I've been working in this finance sector for 4 or 5 years. Then my skills will be better used to judge these companies. And this is how you guys also should try to find out companies in your sector. Don't try to go and chase behind those radical new sectors which you have never heard about it, and you try to put your money into it, and since you have no idea what goes on to those fields, yes, and in the beginning you will most probably lose the money. Now, other way you can find a good companies is if you are interested into some science field, and I mean here space is another good field, genetics is another good fields, then it's okay to invest into these companies, but I highly recommend that you do this after reading tremendous amount of information. You know, the one habit I have, you know, encouraged over the long period of time for myself is reading a lot of stuff. And I have pretty hefty habit of reading articles plus books, and I have simply created this rule for myself, which is just read 1 hour every day. And if you do this for an entire year, you most probably will be able to read hundreds of books. Try to keep this habit, and try to read about all the fields which you are interested into it. Just spend a year, you know, about reading all these technologies. If you guys are interested into crypto, you know, this cryptographic coins and all this stuff, first do active reading on these topics. These are radical topics. The technology names you and you have heard about it. The concept these guys use are even radical that the first person who is just looking at the technologies, you know, they will be like a foreign names to them. And if you are just thinking about directly buying that coin without giving any amount of thought behind the research, then most probably you are going to lose the money, because all of those people who just directly think, oh, I'm going to buy this X coin, which is just a cents, and I'm thinking it's going to grow like, and the one coin will be worth thousands of dollars someday in the future. So this is what I say, that don't try to bet your money, you know. Only way you can improve your chances is by collecting enough informations and improve your own probabilities. So you have the holes in your knowledge. Yes, try to patch those holes by reading more stuff about it. And once you do those things, your probability just increases. And this is all we do, guys. When it comes to investing, all you do is you have enough information, you try to bet into these companies, but you are trying to improving your odds by collecting more information. And the more information you have, the more bets you make, and more valuable bets you make. Yes, you are trying to decrease your risk by having as much information as on single company. And always, you know, guys, I always say that even if you're trying to invest into a single company, first look at the products. Don't try to jump into the companies who has even never produced the products. I myself has made mistakes in the past year where I have got into the Nicola and Luckin Coffee, which was also a knockoff of a Starbucks in China, and those guys have done horribly bad. And I have learned this mistake, and I have to control my emotions when this kind of company comes in. They are giving you an enticing story. Yes, they are going to create this magical product which is going to solve thousands of problems, and they're going to create most probably billions of dollars of value. And you know, firsthand, the CEO or this team is giving you a real good story. And all of us are emotional animals, and we just try to think about that we're gonna be billionaires after 100 or 10 years. So I'm also a fallible human. I'm also going to sometimes get into these traps. But see, all we do is try to stay away from these companies. And first thing I have just make a habit of now doing is find the products. Are these guys creating good products? People are using it. If people are using it, are people talking about it? Find the good reviews, find the bad reviews, look at all this information and judge yourself. Yes, you have to make good judgments when it comes to good investment. So that's all it is when it comes to finding a right and good opportunities for you. So guys, this was today's video, and I just told you guys how to find good investment. And here I have, you see the storm is coming in, and I have to wrap up this video. I'll see you tomorrow with brand new day, brand new video. Bye.